Silky, a pleasure to have you back on the weekend roundup.
Always a
Hopefully
pleasure, never a
great.
chore. Always a pleasure, Wardy, seeing you.
And you join us in the crunch part of the season, 3 weekends to go, and looking back on a weekend where we've had 4 wins from 6 again.
Yeah, this is the business end of the season where it all becomes extremely important at the top and bottom of tables. You're right. 4 out of 6 last weekend. It was a pretty special week, especially when you looked at the availability across the club. It wasn't the greatest. We're in the summer holiday season, so it's in the silly season, and people are away. Odd people are getting married during the summer holidays, which is rather peculiar to what it used to be in my day. And there was quite a lot of people away this weekend. So to walk away with 4 wins from 6 was a sterling effort.
And those wins themselves, any of particular note in terms of teams being played or importance for league positions?
Yeah, it was an important weekend. Not forgetting what the 5s and 6 are doing in terms of developing young cricketers and providing people opportunity to play. But if we look at the 4 teams above that, the first team playing against Lansdowne, that was whilst we were in 5th, it was a tough game against 9th. We came out on the wrong end of it, but there's a lot to play for in that first team. People like Jake and that have been talking about this we can't be complacent. We're in 5th, and yes, we still are, but it's blooming tight. And with 3 games to go, we've got to do something special to ensure that we stay in a Premier 1 team, which we are deserving of doing. So it was a tough day for the ones, but you find yourself put under pressure if you're not scoring runs batting first, and games can quickly run away from you. And therefore, it was, a bit of movement early doors, lost a few key wickets, and it's always quite difficult then to kind of build the rest of the game. So unfortunately, the ones lost, but they've got the big opportunity this week to bounce straight back. So that's great, and a strong team that's going to be out as well. The 2s had a really, really important victory. So the 2s played a game against Go Taker, so it was 9th versus 10th. We've got a bit of momentum in the 2s at the moment, whereby won the last game, and whilst we were caught adrift a little bit with about 20-point gap 2 weeks ago, we've now got out of that, and we're now 7th in the league. But if we talk about the next 3 games, they're hugely important, playing against 2 teams below us who are only single points behind us. But the 2s was a fantastic win, and it was a game that they controlled, I would say, or probably Will would say, in the main. Bowled brilliantly, I think, with a team where a number of regular 13 players were up into the 2s. Rob Humphreys, Matt Cole doing, great efforts with the ball. And we were only chasing 147. So they got a few runs towards the end of their innings, which got them to 140 odd. That enabled us to get another batting point when we got to 151, which was great. But again, testament to Rob Humphreys and Will Couzens, that they had an 89-run partnership, I think it was, for the 6th wicket, with Will scoring a great captain's knock of 60 odd, but at 40 odd for 5, that possibly was looking slightly different. So, and I think, Wardy, you'll remember that me and you were at Wembley watching Coldplay on that day, and my emotions were going up and down, or probably just down actually, and kind of cold ones were being drunk quite quickly at a point where we suddenly felt as if that game perhaps wasn't going to go the way that we would have wanted. But a great knock from Will, and brilliantly supported by Rob, got us across the line. So a real big win in that one for us. Similarly, the 3rds had a massively important game actually against Beehive Southwick, Beehive Bradford, Beehive, I'll say Beehive, where they were bottom of the league whilst we were 8th. It was one of those games that if we didn't win it, suddenly we got drawn back into the bottom 2. And with a number of the 13 players, including the captain and others, going up into the 2s, it was quite an important game. But actually, batting first, big total, 270 odd. They had 4 or 5 of the top order all kind of getting involved in 20s and 30s. Stevie Rich, yet again, run machine. He's in an absolute great vein of form with a 73. So that was great. And it was nice to see the wicket shared about in the second innings as well. But for me particularly, having seen the young lad bowl earlier this season and take the 6 for in the midweek game against Go Taker, Dan Bean, I think it was his 3rd team debut, taking a couple of wickets. It was brilliant to see. He's a very talented spinner, and I look forward to seeing what he's going to do within the game. And the fourth thing we've got a lot to play for still. They're third in the table currently. They can still go up automatically in the top two. And also, you never know what's going to happen in terms of teams dropping out in leagues above, that type of thing. So therefore, it's important that we do finish at least third within that league. Chasing 176 is one of those games that should have been in control. It wasn't, again, because of batting perhaps not particularly great, or perhaps the bowling in the opposition was good on the day. But Richie Hussey opened up and scored a 72, and he, held it together as an opening batsman. But then it was brilliantly kind of supported at the end to get us over the line with Javan Lakers, who batted in a lower position, I think, to control the game as a captain. So Javan Lakers and Jack Rumble got us over the line to ensure that we're still putting pressure on second place. So, across those three games, the seconds to fourths, we needed victories in all three. We got 3 victories with perhaps not our strongest teams out. So absolute testament to absolutely everybody who played within those games. The fives got back to winning ways, which is always great. And actually, it was our elders, I think, on that day with Wayne Young, Rich Callaway, Mike Garton, who all scored runs, kind of 30s and 40s. So posting 188, it was good to see those 3 scoring runs, dotted around with youngsters. Ben Galliosi took 3 wickets, and I'm sure you'll be speaking to Mikey Garton, who took 4 for, who I met on Sunday night to do with the Pavilion project. He was moving more gingerly than he normally does. But it was it's great to kind of hear him talking about his cricket, and there was a real passion about how he enjoyed it, and he's playing again this week, so that's great. And the Sixes had a day possibly to forget, but it was wonderful to see the Sixes supported across the club by hockey players, parents, and mothers and fathers, in terms of getting involved, younger siblings, to ensure that we got 6 teams out. So a big thank you to all of those players who ensured that we did get 6 teams out this weekend. So all in all, a good weekend.
Well, joining us on the roundup as a winning captain from Saturday, and a winning captain that scored 67 of their own runs as well. So must be pleased after the weekend.
Yeah, it was good to get over the line. It was a bit worrying at times, but massive win for us.
Yeah, huge win. So talk us through the game. Where did you find yourself? Besides winning the toss and going out to field first, where did it go from there?
We actually lost the toss and went out into field first. I wouldn't have done that to my team in that heat. I did try to have a joke with the opposition, who didn't find me very funny. And then that just followed through into the game, to be honest. But we bowled really well. 3 spinners, especially, kept them to 148. Top bowling up top from tight bowling up top from Nick Crane, as always. And then Matt Cole come on and did what Matt Cole does, just drive the runs up. Shah Phillips as well supported him really well. And then Rob Humphreys come on and bowled through to the end and just bowled really tightly. So yeah, we restricted them to 148, which we thought was obviously a score that we should chase with ease, which was the problem, I suppose. But yeah, lost a few quick wickets, found ourselves at 40 for 5. And then, Rob Humphreys' knock coming in at 40 for 5, and I think he got 27 or something, but shouldn't be underestimated. It was class from Rob, just ably supported, turned the strike over, hit the bad ball away when he needed to, and kept my head on the game as well. So it was his knock shouldn't be underestimated.
And your own knock there at the 67 as captain in a low scoring game like that, you must be particularly pleased with your own performance.
Yeah. I mean, as I say, I went out, felt a bit under pressure early on, but our opening bowler started getting into me, being quite unkind, and I think it just played into my favour, to be honest. I quite enjoyed it. When he was walking down the track, having a dig at me for putting him over the top for 4 and things, it really did spur me on a bit. And also, I think the football score didn't help. Josh dragged him out with a water bottle and let me know that Man United were 4-0 down. I hit 3 fours off the next over. So a bit out of anger, I suppose. But yeah, it was just great to get over the line. It could have been totally different.
Yeah,
fantastic. I mean, it was a shame that I couldn't stay there at the end. I think Tom McLaren's a bit worried about his top runs for the season. So his finger went up nice and quick.
And a bit of momentum now for the twos. A couple of those wins, 3 games left to go this season. What's your thoughts with those last 3 games?
We've got a huge game against Nalgo on Saturday, who we've just leapfrogged. We're 1 point above them now, maybe 2 points above them. But obviously a big win there will really help our cause. Week after, we got Marlborough, who are pushing for promotion. I think they're 2nd or 3rd in the table and have had a real top season, so that'll be a tough game. And then we finish up against Calne, who are 2nd from bottom and within 5 points of us or so. So we've got 3 huge games to go. I believe we can do it. I think we will. We've just got to back ourselves and play confidently, be positive. Yeah, I think we'll do it. I think we'll keep ourselves up. We've got the belief.
Steve, double positives. The fact that you are back with us 2 weeks in a row on the weekend roundup, and it's also at the time of recording your birthday. So happy birthday to everyone at Chippenham.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, very good.
And catching up about another positive in terms of the game on Saturday. So a win for the 3rd team and more runs for you.
Yeah, no, it was, I think we'd all say all this was an eventful game. A very warm afternoon. Thankfully we're back first. All worked out pretty well. Got a good start. Kartik and Guy got us off to a good start, and then myself and Chris Bruce put on a few. Kept us motoring along. Got about 5-6 and over, and managed to see it through to the end. Managed to lose a strike a lot of the time at the end, but the other boys at the other end were knocking it around nicely. So and I say these glass outfields, they suit us tippy tappy like. Brings out the elegant players. So I'd class you like that as well, Lee. Just play it along the ground and let it. Don't try and bully it around the pitch. Just touch
less
it around.
Running, which is overrated anyway.
Oh no, I love a bit of running. Yeah, especially when it's 35 degrees. Yeah, you ask Chris Bruce, he was loving it.
And then the bowlers, second innings, doing a great job to sort of bring the victory home as well in terms of bowling the opposite shell. Yeah,
good start from Dan and Kieran, and we managed to keep them below the rate. There's 1 or 2 wobbly bits in the middle, but Steve, Emily, Dan Bean as well bowled brilliantly, and it was great. And what keeps you going? Playing, at my age at times, and seeing young kids like him come in, and the enthusiasm and everything that he showed, and he fitted in brilliantly. And it's great to play with people like that. Yeah, really keeps you on your game, and makes you want to do your best every week and everything. So good fun.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So 50 not
Stevie.
out last week.
Yeah.
I was going to say 50 not out last week, Steve. 78 not out this week. No one can get you out. Seems to be the secret at the minute.
Well, I'm sure they can. I think you always get a bit of luck early on, and you have to in games like there's always 1 or 2 airy-fairy shots, but they didn't go to fielders. And once you're in on wickets like that, then you just got to stay in. I think what also helps is not bowling as well, knowing that I'm not bowling at the moment, because I did have a go a couple of weeks ago, but bowled more balls backwards, I think, than forwards in one of the games. So I think everyone's through, forget it at the moment, because I had a shoulder injections and that. So you suddenly, you've got to concentrate. I think if you're an all-rounder or whatever, then you sometimes do fall back on that, and are a bit looser with your batting, because you think you can always go back to it. But I think probably concentrate a bit harder if I know that I'm not gonna bowl at all, then don't want to give you a wicket away at all.
Fantastic. Well, good to see, Steve, and I'm sure possibly even with 100 not out next time, we might be speaking to you again soon.
Oh well, I don't know if there's enough overs for that for me, but we'll have a go. We'll have a go. No, it's nice to get back in it.
Mike joining us on the weekend roundup. from your holiday retreat in Cornwall.
Thanks, Woody. Good morning.
Looking back on Saturday's game against Devices, where you performed with bat and ball.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. A bit of a little snippet of a all-rounder Garton came out, didn't it? But no, it was a good day. It was red hot, wasn't it? It was absolutely scorching, and I think 22 blokes arrived for a game of cricket. 20 blokes all wanted to bat first, apart from me and Andy Cousens, who both had the idea that if we bowled first, we could skip them out really quick because we're still in our 20s and can bowl like we used to, and be in the bar by 4 o'clock. But Dan Lakeland had more sense and won the toss and stuck us into bat, and it was probably the most sensible decision all day, really, to be fair.
So 38 with the bat we should start with in that first innings. Was it a good knock? Was it an attacking knock or building?
Oh mate, it was boring. It was attritional. So I think Rich Calloway and Wayne Young got us off to a nice steady start. So we had like an opening stand of about sort of 70, 80, I think. Then we lost a couple of wickets. I come in number 6, and it was. I remember when at about Sam was batting, and it was hot when it was so hot, and we hit a single, and I jogged through, and I thought, it's not too bad. And about an over later, we ran a 2, and it was like, oh my word! Like finished the second run, and it was like, oh, that's hot. So we'll just stick to singles and boundaries, Sam. And it took a while to get my eye in. It's Astro. I don't play very often, so I just had that like little man on your shoulders, just telling you, be patient, be patient, be patient. And I kind of did that for about an hour and a quarter, and then I finally realised that I could see the board and time it quite well. So that little demon shut up. This little demon got louder, and then I got out straight away.
Then second innings.
I need to know my limits.
Yeah. And then second innings, coming on with the ball, finishing the game off with 4 wickets for 10 runs.
Yeah. So I think again, I know opening bowlers did all the damage. So like Andy Curzon and Benji, I know they took a few wickets up front with the early ball. I think Dan Lakeland kind of got their star man out, and we had them 5 down after 15 overs, I think, or something like that. So I know the damage had been done with those guys up front, and then Lakers just flicked me the ball after about 23 overs, and I had a tail to deal with. And anyone who knows what my bowling's like, it's just straight. And I just kept throwing it down straight and watching him play around it. And picked up 4, I think, and I think 3 were bowled. 1 was LBW. A few seasons ago, I know everyone was dropping catches off my bowling for fun. I reckon Nat Parks must have dropped about what felt about 7 in about 7 games off my bowling. So I've given up on fielders helping me these days, and I just bowl it straight and boring and do it myself.
Take it on myself. Brilliant to hear, Mike, and brilliant sort of roundup of the game as well. So enjoy the rest of the holiday, and we'll catch up.
Will do, mate. Yeah, take care. And we all did it at the weekend, but obviously it was Andy Cuz's 60th for the weekend. So I know big regards to Andy, and it was great to sort of share the pitch with him again at the weekend. And I hope he had a good birthday weekend.
So Silky, like we said, 3 weekends to go, 6 big games again this weekend against local rivals, big clubs within the league. So lots to look forward to on Saturday.
Yeah, if you can't get up for this end of the season, whether it's a promotion, relegation, or just enjoying the last 3 games of the year before a long winter, then you're playing the wrong sport probably. But we've got 6 big games, starting with the ones which, after a little bit of social media bants last Saturday, we get to see who the biggest club is in Wiltshire. I say that in jest. We welcome Potter, good friends of ours, who've yet again had a fantastic season, second in the league in Prem 1, through to the semi-final of the Cup, which they've actually got the game on the Sunday following our fixture. So we're bringing the game forward so that they can travel earlier to their game because they're staying in the hotel overnight. So a great game against Potter. Cotton, look, they're a good team, and they tend to do quite well against us. But we've got a strong team out on Saturday. We need results, we need points, and I really believe that our team's going to show a huge amount of fight in the game on Saturday. So it would be wonderful to see, and down at the Hardnewich Park. So if people are listening to this and they can get down, it'll be a wonderful game to go and watch. The rest of the teams, the seconds have got probably a cup final. I talked earlier about how they've picked up results over the last couple of weeks. We've got Swindon Now Go away. Swindon Now Go are a blooming interesting team in terms of, they could be all out for 100. They could also score 400. They're a good team. They got good players, and they always find a method by which they do well at the end of the season and score runs. They got some really powerful players. So we go to them on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to coming back after 12, 13 weeks off and actually getting the whites back on again. So that's quite nice. So Swindon Now Go away for the twos, must win cup final. I think that's 7th versus 8th going into the game. The threes have got a game where they're playing against Wootton Bassett, and in that game, that's actually a bit of a payback. It's a game where I think we're 8th and therefore kind of safe now, depending upon what goes on with leagues and bits and pieces. But you look at it from a point difference down to 9th and 10th, but can't rest on laurels. Don't know quite what's going to happen in leagues. It's a big message from me. Everybody has to play to the last game of the season, because you never know, being part of a pyramid, how many promotions and relegations are going to actually happen. And we found out, if you remember, Wardy, the hard way in 2017, was it 2017, when we finished 8th in Prem 2 and then suddenly got relegated because the configuration of the teams above us. So everyone's got to play for every single game. Wootton Bassett gave us a good stuffing as well. Gave our thirds a good stuffing earlier in the season by 9 wickets, and therefore they're mid-table. We're on a bit of a roll, so therefore hopefully we can give them a bit of payback, to be fair, at the Mumbai pitch that we have at the moment with not an ounce of grass on it. So hopefully they're not listening, and hopefully they're not going to fill their team with spinners. The fours are in the local derby, so always a good one. As I said earlier, fourth is about finishing as high as we possibly can. There's a chance of promotion. We've got to do it. Who better to play against and get another win against than like we did earlier in the season against our noisy and wonderful neighbours at Allington Cricket Club. So we look forward to going over to the rugby club there and having a good day with them. Five's got a tough game. Five's playing against Bathford. They are second in the table. Tough game of cricket, but as I said earlier, the availability this weekend is really quite good. So a lot of the teams are looking really strong, which is really, really nice. And the sixes play kind of a mid-table battle against Winsley Fours. So yeah, 6 teams out again this weekend. It's good to see a lot of the junior cricketers pushing themselves up into teams, deservedly so, in terms of the way in which they're playing and holding their positions. And it's also good to see some of the old faces back again this weekend. So all in all, an exciting Saturday, which looks as if it's going to be sunny again.
Good stuff.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
This weekend on the Sunday, we've also got the Wiltshire Wallop finals. So our midweek team, the Wiltshire Wallopers, captained by Jake Rowe, have done a really sterling job. They finished second in the league. They won the quarter-final against Trowbridge, and they travel to Corsham on Sunday for finals day, where we'll find out on Thursday, I think, of this week as to who's playing who, but it's Corsham, it's Swindon, and it's Go Taker and ourselves in the semi-finals. So hopefully we'll get to play 2 games on the day. We've got a good team out again who's been consistent throughout the whole year, and it's one of the reasons I think that people have been performing so nicely on a Saturday is because of these additional games midweek. So a huge good luck and well done in getting there, and wish you all the best for the game on Sunday.
Fantastic. For a great jam-packed weekend, and it'll obviously be good to see you back out there as well, Silks.
Yeah, I probably won't be able to move on Sunday, but I look forward to it.